Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. It is the mark of an educated mind, to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Anybody can become angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Happiness depends upon ourselves. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. A friend to all is a friend to none. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Hope is a waking dream. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children, because they are more certain they are their own. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness, and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Republics decline into democracies, and democracies degenerate into despotisms. We make war that we may live in peace. Well begun is half done. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The secret to humor is surprise. The law is reason, free from passion. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. The educated differ from the uneducated, as much as the living from the dead. The soul never thinks without a picture. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. Change in all things is sweet. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. Wit is educated insolence. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, and, while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object but to escape some ill. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. My best friend is the man who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred, to improbable possibilities. The end of labor is to gain leisure. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something, by developing before us the powers of thought. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Without friends no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. To attain any assured knowledge about the soul is one of the most difficult things in the world. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. A great city is not to be confounded with a populous one. Aristotle, whose full name was Aristotle of Stagira, was an ancient Greek philosopher and polymath born in 384 BCE. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential thinkers in Western philosophy and a key figure in the development of various fields of study. Born in the city of Stagira in the northern part of Greece, Aristotle came from a distinguished family. At the age of 17, he enrolled in the Academy of Athens, founded by another renowned philosopher, Plato. He studied under Plato for nearly 2 decades, absorbing his teachings and philosophical ideas. After Plato's death, Aristotle embarked on his own intellectual journey. He ventured to the city of Assos in Asia Minor, where he worked as a tutor for the ruler's son. During his time there, he delved into various subjects, including biology, zoology, ethics, and politics, conducting extensive observations and research. In 336 BCE, Aristotle returned to Athens and established his own school, known as the Lyceum. The Lyceum became a prominent center for learning and research, attracting students from all over Greece. Aristotle's teaching style differed from Plato's. He focused on empirical observation and the systematic organization of knowledge. Aristotle's contributions spanned numerous disciplines. In philosophy, he explored topics such as metaphysics, logic, ethics, and aesthetics. He developed the concept of the syllogism, a method of deductive reasoning that became a cornerstone of Western logic. His work on ethics and virtue ethics had a profound influence on moral philosophy. In the field of natural science, Aristotle made groundbreaking observations and classifications. He studied the natural world extensively, cataloging and describing a wide range of organisms. His work in biology laid the foundation for the scientific study of life forms, and his treatise on zoology remained influential for centuries. Aristotle's influence extended to politics and governance as well. He analyzed different forms of government and proposed a system known as constitutional government, or constitutional monarchy, which he viewed as the ideal political structure. His work in politics and ethics explored the relationship between individuals and the state. Aristotle's ideas and teachings had a lasting impact, shaping Western philosophy, science, and thought for centuries to come. His works were preserved and studied throughout the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, and they continue to be a source of inspiration and debate in contemporary philosophical discourse. Aristotle passed away in 322 BCE, leaving behind a remarkable intellectual legacy. His contributions to various disciplines continue to shape our understanding of the world and the human condition, making him one of the most influential figures in the history of Western thought.